You're watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Here's your host, Don Ansell.
Senator from New Hanover County, State Senator Thom Goolsby is our guest, and we're talking about a whole range of issues about what's happening in Raleigh with this Republican revolution. Really, there's been some discussion about your change on position on tort reform and your stand on medical malpractice legislation. At one time, you were against capping medical malpractice damages, and now you're in favor of it?
We cannot cap damages on anything. I mean, any total case, and that's not what we've talked about at all. What we've done is we've capped non-economic damages. I mean, if someone's damaged and hurt, and their costs might be for care, the rest of their lives might be whatever it is. I mean, of course you can't cap that. What do you say to somebody that can't take care of themselves and they're going to live another 20 years? What we're talking about is non-economic damages, pain and suffering. That's what we capped at $500,000 per plaintiff per defendant. I mean, it's capped at that. That's the most you can. That's the most.
But at one time you opposed that.
I opposed any total cap on damages, period, in any situation. I mean, if you're hit by a Mack truck and you can't move the rest of your life and you require total 24-hour care, well, you know that. I mean.
But how about the impact it has on your life? Should somebody pay a
well, think about that, Don. Well, you're capping non-economic damages. That is pain and suffering. I mean, how do you ever put a sticker on that? You can't.
Wouldn't that be for a jury to decide how?
They can, up to $500,000. We decided that in the interest of the public, because we want doctors to stay here, to practice here, we want their rates to go down, we want them to be less concerned about defensive medicine, which costs us billions of dollars a year, that's something that doesn't deal with someone being able to take care of themselves, that is literally a pain and suffering. We're going to cap that at $500,000.
Another big issue that could have some direct impact on your district is the controversy over the film industry tax incentives in North Carolina. Some would like to see them increased, some would like to see them decreased. What's your position?
My position is the tax incentives for film, and this is the only one I give on. And I give on this one because, first off, we will see our film industry go away. South Carolina, Virginia, Georgia, they will steal it. It'll be gone. And we can, because they'll simply pay. I mean, that's what'll happen. And North Carolina is I want to see I want to see all incentives across the United States banned by Congress. Let states compete based upon what they have.
But in the current environment,
in the current environment, absolutely. We cannot deal without our film incentives. It will kill our business. Look how good it's going now. It'll be gone if we don't keep our film incentives.
What about Titan Cement? How would you like to see that play out?
Titan Cement has to obey every single law that North Carolina has, the feds have. We have to stay on top of that and make sure that if they cannot operate legally here and they can't protect our environment.
Some Republicans are trying to rescind some new EPA environmental regulations, which would in turn help Titan to push their bill to build the plant in New Hanover County.
I'm not involved in anything on the federal level. My job is to represent the people here in New Hanover County.
What about state regulations?
We're not changing any state regulations to make it easier on anybody to come here and pollute, period.
Do you think Titan would be a polluter?
Well, I think that we're going to see to it that they obey every single law that we have on the books, period.
Some think that the state ports are getting ready to revive their push to develop a mega port in Southport. What are your thoughts on that?
I want to do everything we can to help jobs in North Carolina and balance that against our environment and the quality of place we have here. I mean, that is what is important. And it is
Are
a
you in favor
act.
of building a mega port in Southport?
I would have to know a lot more about that entire situation. I do not want to see us ruin Southport. And that's not my county. Okay, that's not my county.
No, but it impacts. It's a regional issue.
Yeah. I want us to do what's best for our people as a whole. And again, I don't like government being involved in business. I mean, I want to see business comport with our laws.
State
but at
port
the same time,
is a government operation.
Is a government operation, unlike Carolina Marine Terminal and some of our successful non-government run ports.
What about state funding for the Skyway project?
No, we're not going to spend $1 million a day forever building a bridge. Now, if we do need to replace the Cape Fear River Bridge, absolutely.
Well, do we need another bridge across the Cape Fear River?
We have two. We have two. Now, at some point, I know that the Cape Fear Memorial Bridge will have to be replaced at some point in time, but it needs to be a reasonable structure that'll serve the people. It doesn't need to be a multi-billion-dollar structure that's going to cost us $1 million a week or whatever that is. That cost is crazy.
Let's turn our focus for a moment on an issue that's been in the news the last couple of days, groins, hardened structures that'll help prevent
Terminal groins.
erosion. You favor that?
I do. In fact, not only me, but all of the coastal senators, Democrat and Republican alike, we all sponsored that bill and voted for it.
Do you think there's any environmental impact from terminal groins?
Well, I think the impact will be good. It will mean less beach renourishment money that has to be spent. I would encourage everybody, no matter what you've heard, this bill, there is no state money, there is no local money in this bill. If someone wants to build it, they're going to have to figure out where to get the money from. Additionally, we've just made a change that I requested a while back, which requires bonds. That, in fact, if the groin doesn't work, if it causes a problem, if it doesn't do what we're told it'll do, there'll be the money there to pull it out.
I got 30 seconds, and I had an email from a viewer when they heard you were coming on. They wanted to know about, there's a lot of dissatisfaction along the coast with rates of homeowners insurance, including hurricane coverage.
Yes.
Most folks think the State Insurance Commission is caving into the demands of the insurance companies and their threats to leave the state. What's your response to that?
I've got a bill that we'll be putting forward with the work of the local realtors here and the state board that will actually allow us to go against the insurance commissioner to question what they're doing. It actually gives us standing to question, which we don't have right now.
You think that'll fly?
I'm sure as hell going to fight for it.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Don.
State Senator Thom Goolsby, our guest this morning. Next week, the Cape Fear Public Utility Authority, one of the board members who's a county commissioner and a severe critic, will go head-to-head. That's Byline. I'm Don Ansell. Have a great week.
You've been watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Join us every Sunday morning as we explore the issues that concern you.